Hello and welcome to the Half Full Podcast. My name is Kalen, and today I want to talk to you guys about motivation and positivity. Now, I named this podcast the Half Full Podcast because seeing things half full is seeing things with a positive lens and seeing through life with like rose-colored glasses, and that's the way life should be, and that's the way life should be enjoyed. And I feel like in today's times, people just don't feel encouraged to work hard anymore. It's normal to be lazy. It's normal to have all this stress and anxiety in your life. And I find a good way to avoid these type of situations and mental waterfalls and valleys that we all have to walk through by ourselves. To avoid all those, I like staying focused on my life goals. I like to reflect on what I've accomplished in the past, and I like to work hard and grind every day, because the best way to avoid anxiety is to have other stuff on your mind. It's to have that goal that you have at the end of the day that you always want to get. Lifting weights, swing that kettlebell, do that assignment. And I find that mental motivation, by yourself is the best kind, because you're not always gonna have that person next to you cheering you on. And I find those solo situations come up way too often in life, and you can't depend on other people for a lot of things. And when I think of the work that I accomplish, I always see how can I do it by myself? Is it something that personally I can rely on myself upon? Because at the end of the day, I'll always have me, and I never want to put my well-being, my mental health well-being in someone else's hands, because they can toy with your emotions and it can ruin your day. It can ruin your week, even if you let someone ruin it. And a good way to avoid that is to take your life and handle it, because there's too many types of stress that can just eat away at your life. Financial stress, time management stress, and always just thinking about the work when you could be getting it done. That's something I see in a lot of people nowadays, and I see it in myself all the time. And when I go to the bathroom, I look in the mirror and I see my face. I see this guy who knows he has to get stuff done. I feel like a fool, because really, if we take a step back, we can see how much we procrastinate, how much we self-hate. It's self-hate. That's what it is. It's this negative energy coming from your mind. And I've had some life-changing events recently where I realized that if I always stay positive, where are the negative thoughts gonna come from? Never let those thoughts, override your mind. They should never take priority, because you should always be focused on your goals and your self-motivation. Now, to help you guys get some time management skills, maybe write a list. Maybe write a list and list your most important goals step by step, and also measure the time frame on how long it's going to take you to achieve those goals. Because when I'm trying to stay motivated and trying to accomplish things, I feel like the time is always the biggest factor, because if you try to squeeze too many things to just a small time frame, that's where you become overwhelmed with everything. because different things are pulling at you from all sorts of angles, and you become torn apart. And I've always heard that you shouldn't full-ass one thing and not half-ass everything, and I believe that. Give everything your full effort, because you don't know if these goals and opportunities are going to come at you again. So always take advantage of what you have in life and never take it for granted, because so many people would want to be in your position, and I feel like we can't see that all the time. We can't see the amenities and what God has given us. Now, I'm not very religious, but I'm so glad I've surrounded myself with positive people and have this positive outlook on life. And even obtaining that for a split second is like heaven, because you feel at peace with yourself, and you feel like you can take the world by its horns and really take advantage of what other people throughout history have always done, and that's live, and finding what you can live for, and finding out like what you actually want, instead of just dilly-dallying and following people. That's when life becomes yours.
You sit down.